Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. I have my dark academia mug from Book Babe Designs. So today's video is going to be a book review on Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. If you've been around my channel, you know that I am a big fan of Stephanie Garber. I love all of her books, especially the Caraval trilogy, but even Once Upon a Broken Heart, and that trilogy is still in the Caraval world. And I've really fallen in love with that world. It's one of my favorite series. Caraval is one of my favorite series of all time. So when I heard that she was coming out with another book set in the Caraval world with the Caraval characters, I was very excited. I was kind of disappointed, to be honest, when I learned that it was like a holiday novella, just because I would love more of these characters. But this was still very fun, very nostalgic, made me feel the same way Caraval did, and so I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. Obviously it's gonna be favorable because she's one of my favorite authors. Sorry, it's a little biased maybe. But I ended up listening to this because I got first in line in my library to listen to it, and it's only about 3 hours long, maybe a little bit less than 3 hours. So it's really short, but it is very magical, very whimsical, as per Stephanie Garber's usual flair. But one of the cool things about this book, this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It has the naked hardcover, right? Pretty end pages, but what's cool about it is that it does kind of read like a storybook. So it's got like a lot of illustrations by Rosie Thorne, which is really cool. It has a holiday themed map, which is so fun because there's like a gingerbread house and just all kinds of things. The illustrations in this book are very much like this, so it does feel like you're reading like a Christmas story, a holiday story. It's very magical, whimsical, full page illustrations. Like, it's just a really fun time. So I think whether you listen to it or you read it, you would still have a magical experience. There was a lot of sound effects in the audiobook, which is not in her other audiobook, so that was new and fun. Like, you can just tell it's very, very fun. I love it a lot. And kind of the tagline, if you look at like the inner sleeve where it's just describing the book, it says, "Snowflakes are falling, invitations are arriving, holiday magic is swirling." Oh, and before we get into this, let me just tell you that this will be spoilery because there's no way to talk about this book without spoiling Caraval at least a little, the entire trilogy. So this will be spoilery. I'm not gonna I don't think I'm going to ruin the whole plot of the Caraval trilogy, but if you want to read that and you don't want to be spoiled for anything, I would suggest not watching this because there's no way to talk about the fourth book in this series, like 3.5, without spoiling it. So that's your warning. Moving on, we're going to be spoiling. So the whole premise of this is that Empress Scarlet is throwing a great holiday party. In this world, the like Christmas season is the great holiday. So she's throwing a great holiday party, and all of her magic and all of the magic around her is going into making this super whimsical, super Christmassy, very fun. I think the over-the-top writing that Stephanie Garber has, I really love it, but some people have a hard time with it. I think it really shines through in a holiday-themed book because you're already expecting over-the-top, whimsical, magical, glittery, fun things. So when she's writing like a Christmassy holiday type of a story, it works so well for her. So that really came through in this and was very enjoyable. It kind of put me in the holiday spirit, so maybe you want to read this more towards Christmas time or the holidays that you celebrate. But Empress Scarlet is throwing a great holiday party, and Tella is nervous because she's desperately trying to find the perfect gift for Legend. But Legend doesn't like the great holiday. He's a bit Ava Scrooge. So he doesn't have all the festive cheer, and she's hoping that if she finds the perfect gift, it will cheer him up. That's kind of like the little tiny synopsis it gives you of the plot. It's a lot, I want to say it's a lot more than that, but I guess it's not. But other things happen that aren't explained in that, obviously. So Julian is also in this helping Scarlet. I would say Julian and Scarlet are the sidebar of the story. You get their perspectives, you get a little bit of snippets of their life, but it's mostly focused on Tella, and then as such a little bit of Legend, which I loved. I loved getting these characters again. You know, it's why I loved Caraval in the first place, so I loved getting more of Tella, more of Scarlet, more of Legend. I like Julian too, but Legend's my favorite. So as you're going through, Tella's kind of feeling off, feeling insecure in her relationship, feeling like she doesn't know if Legend loves her. And that's kind of the vibe that she's in, while Scarlet is just pumped to celebrate the great holiday and just putting so much effort into it. And it's really sweet. But Tella's kind of having this inner turmoil and these insecurities that I'm sure all of us have experienced at some point. There's also kind of random side stories occasionally of like I don't remember if it's like a soldier or a sailor that has this like tiny little backstory and you get to see his like tiny little magical story. There's a couple of things like that. But Tell is experiencing this kind of insecurity and reading this like little booklets giving her terrible advice, and she's just really not sure what to do, and so she's on the hunt to find Legend the perfect gift in the hopes that it will show him that she loves him and that he will love her in return. And she's kind of in this insecure place around the holiday. And then there's like a little bit of a twist where she might be in danger and she's trying to find out who's behind it. And it turns into this like dangerous game that she's trying to win to get Legend's attention or to prove to him that she's like worthy of him. And more of the story unravels from there. But I don't really want to spoil the whole book for you, right? Because I want you to be able to read it. But the entire purpose of this book, I think, is because of the ending of Finale, which is really interesting. And I really appreciated that throwback and kind of giving that moment to the character. So I appreciated that. There is also mention of the Magnificent North, which is kind of fun because it's just like a little Easter egg type of situation. They don't really mention Jax by name, but they do mention him kind of like alluding to him existing or potentially existing in the North, the Magnificent North. This kind of opened up the world a little bit and gave you a little bit more of the characters you love, but in a, you know, festive setting. I would love for her to continue writing in this world, but I have a feeling she's done, at least for now, at least for a while, and that because she's doing some sort of secret project. But anyway, I gave this book 5 stars because it was very fun and cute, and if you're going into a holiday story expecting it to completely blow your mind, it's not going to do that. But it was whimsical, it was magical, it was festive, it got me in the like warm, cozy season of it. There was some dangerous elements, there were some fun elements, there was some romance, there was cute things, there was sinister things. All the things that I expect from Stephanie Garber's writing I got. And I wasn't disappointed in the ending. I thought the ending was really well. I think one of the things that Stephanie Garber struggles with the most is endings. And I think she did this one really well because of how it was set up in Finale. So I loved it. I would highly recommend you read it if you're a fan of the Caraval trilogy. If you're not, give it a shot. Maybe you'll enjoy it. Just know that it's going to be an over-the-top festive holiday type of book. There's not a lot to say about it because it is so short, but I really appreciated it. I loved it. I was so happy to be back in this world. This world makes me very joyful, very happy. I've said it before, but it feels like coming home. So I really appreciated this, even though I wish it was a lot longer. I wish it was different. But, well, in theory, I wish it was different. I wish we had another book, right? But for what this was, it was very good. I think if you're reading it, you get a lot of illustrations that are beautiful. If you're listening to it, you get a lot of sound effects that are very immersive. So you really can't go wrong with however you're reading it. If you like Stephanie Garber's writing and you love the Caraval universe, please give this a shot. Like the back a lot, it says, in need of a last-minute holiday gift, some holiday fun, or holiday magic, head over to Garland Street, the greatest street in all of Holidayland. The other thing about the story is that the town completely changes, Valinda, so it'll be like Garland Street. Well, it's on the map, I guess, that I showed you. Garland Street, Mr. Garland's Toy Chest, Nutcracker Castle, Holly Jolly Holiday Ballroom, the Granny's Giant Gingerbread House, just like so many things like that that are very fun. I bet you had a blast writing this. I think her writing shines, is amazing for holiday stuff, so maybe she should write more of it. There's not really a lot else to say about this, but I really enjoyed it. Give it a shot. I also got the UK edition. This is the Waterstones exclusive, and the regular UK edition, which is black. Very fun. Well, those are my thoughts on Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. If you've already read it, please leave your comments down below. Just put like spoilers if you're going to spoil some things, but I would love to discuss it with you. Or if you're interested in reading it, let me know. But as for now, that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.